the greater Baltimore area, the housing situation is dire. Even before COVID came on the scene, only 3 in 10 low-income renters could afford housing units. And now that COVID's happened, families have fewer assets and more are pushed to the brink of homelessness. United Way is working on a whole range of interventions to the current housing crisis. Secure housing is so unattainable these days because wages have not kept pace with the rising costs of living. Complex problems require multifaceted solutions. A lot of these families have faced intergenerational poverty or structural racism, and if folks don't have resources to turn to or community members that they can lean on when times get tough, it's really hard for them to stay afloat at all times. The pandemic has meant that when folks have lost their income, they rely on their savings or other assets like credit. Now, they're tapped out. They're much more quickly pushed to the brink of homelessness. So if you think about a family, just being safe is the starting point for children to be able to grow and be able to learn and be able to blossom. Families who don't have homes, children don't have a place where they can do their homework, families don't have a place where they can eat, families don't have a place where they can do clothes. If they're not feeling safe, they can't sleep properly. So homelessness can be both a cause of unemployment or caused by unemployment. Everything begins to spiral out of control. United Way has a whole portfolio of housing services that can assist families. So for example, our Family Stability Program is an evidence-based national best practice model that links eviction prevention services with case management services. And our case managers link these families to ongoing supports and address that self-sufficiency piece. So we stop the crisis and we plan for the long term. It's been said that families can really only afford 30% of their income to go to their rent. And so if a family has to pay more than 30% of their income, they're gonna have to start making tough choices elsewhere, make cuts in their budget somewhere so that they can afford that rent that's out of their range. And this is why we see significant differences in life expectancy between some neighborhoods in Baltimore, for example, having a 79-year life expectancy and some neighborhoods having a 64-year life expectancy. An example of one of our innovative programs is our rent forgiveness pilot, where we ask tenants to pay 1/3 of the rent that they owe, landlords will forgive 1/3, and United Way has raised funds from private foundations to pay for the other third. So this spreads out the difficulties caused by the COVID crisis across 3 different parties. We have a new program in Baltimore County called the STEP program, which stands for Strategic Targeted Eviction Prevention. Rather than waiting for those households to come seek services, we go to them and say that we realize that you're in need and we're gonna help you in advance and work with your landlord to pay your back rent before you even ask for assistance. United Way of Central Maryland is always looking to expand best practices from other communities and take the learnings of either other United Ways or other innovators and thought leaders and pilot them here in the Central Maryland region. And we ourselves are major innovators. So for example, our STEP program is something that we invented in consultation with government, landlords, the private sector, donors, and other United Ways across the country to bring together an innovative new program that really is going to help thousands of folks stay in their homes. I love working at United Way, and I love the work that we do. And so we're really good at taking what's needed and moving it to where it's needed. Instead of prescribing what a family needs, we work with families on their own goals and aspirations, and we try to bring together all of the ingredients that they need to live their best lives.